it is with a pleasure that I nominated Tisha Linzy for Women of Distinction this year. She embodies everything that I think the Chamber and Civista Bank and others who have supported this endeavor stand for, and that is a woman who really makes an impact on her community, and that embodies what Tisha is. She's a master prepared social worker who's worked in many different areas, including Central Elementary School, the court system, and most recently with the jail chemical addiction program. And through her work, she has impacted many children, families, and individuals, and she is truly someone that many people look up to and has demonstrated a real ability to help others. She also involves the several civic organizations, including Tri Kappa, and is truly a woman of distinction.
Well, I'm honored to receive this award. When I received the call from Mr. Eric Krantz, I honestly thought that he wanted something or had questions about JCAP, as I'm the director of the Dearborn County JCAP program. And he went on to explain that I was one of 3 recipients for this award. I was very taken aback and honored and humbled. And it reminded me of a conversation that I had with Dr. Elliott, who was an educational mentor of mine many years ago. And we talked about the importance of community. And I had said that I really believe that we can make a difference. We can change the world one person at a time. So we had this deep discussion, and I explained that to another professor, and I didn't get quite the same response. And I remember calling my mom and talking to her about it, and she was very encouraging. And then I remember when I was a juvenile probation officer, I'd always thought of that because I felt it was such an honor to work with the judge and others in helping develop the intensive probation program. And I hated to leave there, but it was time for me to do a different career path. So I went on to Lawrenceburg Primary School. And I remember at LPS, I worked with Tammy Gregory. Mrs. Gregory was the principal. And I wanted to do something different within the guidance department in regards to bullying. And she said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm not really sure. I said, I'll still do all the other stuff that we're required to do, but I want to do something that has a much more collaborative approach with the community. So she said, no problem. And then I was feeling so blessed that I was able to have the creative freedom to develop and implement the Bully Busters program at Lawrenceburg. And I knew the second graders would be the rock stars, but I also knew that the community would come through. And I remember the first person I called was Judge Sally McLaughlin, and I asked her if she would help me and be a part of it. She said, absolutely. And then I called Judge Cleary. He said the same thing. Then I called the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, law enforcement, and so on. And everybody was so supportive, as I thought they would be, and helped make the program just amazing. And then years later, I was ready to leave. And for another career challenge, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I remember being really sad about leaving because I loved the Bully Busters program. And I loved working with kindergarten, first, and second graders. And Mrs. Gregory said, Tisha, if you can squeeze it in, you're more than welcome to come back and do this program. And I said, absolutely, I'll figure out a way to squeeze it in. And I did. And I had the pleasure and privilege of doing it up until COVID. And in 2016, when I had the opportunity to go back to the county, Dearborn County Court Services, to be the director for JCAP, I felt very privileged to be able to work with Judge McLaughlin, as she's always really inspired me due to her dedication and commitment to the community and her work. It inspired me to continue to push myself and go above and beyond whenever possible. Also, it's a great privilege to work with the other judges, the prosecutors, defense attorneys, probation, correction, law enforcement, the other therapists in the area. We have such an amazing community, and it doesn't matter who you are in this community. And it doesn't matter if you're recovering from trauma, mental health, or addiction, the community is here for you. And not every community can boast that. So I feel very privileged to be a part of this community. And I just want to thank the folks that I work with. Also a special thanks to my mom and my family for always being supportive. And again, it's an honor. Thank you.
Again, on behalf of the Chamber, thank you for watching and celebrating our 2021 Women of Distinction. And also thank you to Civista Bank for their continued support of the Women of Distinction event. We hope to see you in February. And also we would like to thank our Diamond members, Civista Bank, Dearborn County Convention Visitors and Tourism Bureau, and Rising Star Casino.